Hi, it's Rich Tehrani. We're here in the TMC newsroom. Thank you so much for watching. We are at Interop 2010 in Las Vegas. On the program today is Eric Tooley, who is the Technical Marketing Manager at Blue Coat. Eric, how are you?
I'm good, Rich. How are you?
Good. So can you tell me a little bit about how your company helps customers?
Blue Coat is an application delivery networking company, and our mission is to identify, secure, and accelerate application traffic to users on no matter what network they happen to be on.
Okay, so in the real world, what are some of the things you do?
Well, some of our most valuable applications are delivery of VoIP and video conferencing. What we found is that a lot of companies want to save some money by switching to VoIP or video conferencing, reducing their fixed costs and reducing their travel costs, but they're not sure if their current networks can support it. What you can do with Blue Coat is figure out what's running on your network today, see if you've got available bandwidth to support these new apps, and if you don't, to reclaim some of that, maybe for some apps that are less important, like recreational apps.
So once you deploy voice and video on the network, does your solution continue to help your customer?
Absolutely. These kinds of systems only are used by employees if they can rely on them, if they're valuable and of good, consistent quality. We've all been on rotten calls that have echo and dropouts. We've been in video conferences where the screen freezes and no one knows what's going on. What you can do with Blue Coat is give higher priority to those apps that are more important to you and to guarantee them the bandwidth that they need to give you a level of quality that's acceptable.
So in terms of allowing applications in an enterprise and working with employees, we talked a little bit earlier about just having an environment, a better environment for workers. Can you go over what we talked about, please?
Yeah, sure. You know, it's one thing to say we have all these rules and thou shalt not shop and thou shalt not watch the World Cup at work. And you know, the fact is that people are spending more and more hours at the office than they ever were before. And yeah, you can say you can forbid people access to Amazon.com or ESPN, but when it comes down to it, what's really important is that the work gets done. And the people that are doing the work, you need to make sure that if they need to do their Christmas shopping, that they're not going to take a day off if they have to do it, and they can do it at their lunch hour. You can be cool about it. So what you can do with Blue Coat is protect the applications that are important to the company, like your ERP apps, Oracle or SAP, your video conferencing, your Citrix, your VMware. Make sure all those applications run well. Then you don't have to be so controlling about people's behavior. You can treat your employees like the grown-ups that they are and assume that if they have job responsibilities and they're going to get them done, that you can give them the freedom to use Facebook if they want to, because business gets done through social networking. To access YouTube, we've got companies like Oracle, Apple, Microsoft, they have official YouTube channels where they have messages from executives, there's marketing content, technical demos. You don't want to take a big hammer and just knock down all this stuff and say it's forbidden, because you have to be, ultimately you have to trust somebody's judgment. And you're not going to hire someone with poor judgment.
So this is compassionate network application management.
It's compassionate application management, but of course, that doesn't work if you can't protect people from dangers that they're not aware of, like spyware and malware.
And how do you do that?
With our Blue Coat web filter service, we categorize every URL on the internet. There are 62 million users at this time. All of their browsing data filters into our cloud-based service. We know, is this a political site? Is it shopping? Is it hate speech? Is it religion? You know, what is it? Is it business? And our customers can decide what they want to do with those kinds of web requests. You can deny it if you want to, or you can just pop up a screen in front of the user and says, hey, I see you're going to Amazon.com. That's totally cool with us. Just know that we're tracking your web usage. And it lets the grown-ups in our own companies make the decisions that we feel they should be empowered to make for themselves.
That's awesome. Well, as we wrap up, I've just got one final question. What's next for your company?
The latest, greatest thing from Blue Coat is the Proxy SGVA, which is our WAN optimization product on a virtual appliance.
Oh, wow.
So instead of buying a dedicated single-purpose appliance and having yet another box on your rack in a branch office or something, you can take Proxy SGVA, install it on any standard VMware-supported server, and get all the benefits of caching and acceleration, protocol optimization, video stream splitting at a branch office on new and inexpensive hardware that gives you more flexibility. You can run your print services and email and everything from one
That's great.
box. Yeah.
That could really shake up the market.
Yeah, you're going to see more and more like that. People want the flexibility. You never know what's going to happen 3 years down the road. You don't know what's going to happen next month.
Sure.
If your office is going to grow or shrink. If you get locked into a specific appliance, then you've made a commitment that, and a guess maybe that you're going to have 100 users at this site. But what if that site consolidates?
Right.
Are you going to have to trade that in to get another model?
Right.
What if it shrinks? You're going to be spending more money than you needed to.
Sure.
With the flexibility with a virtual appliance, you can actually pay for what you need and not pay for what you guessed that you needed.
Well, I'm looking forward to learning more about that product in the future, and good luck with it.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks for being on the program as
My
well.
pleasure, Rich.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Likewise.